there, and welcome back to Weird Soda for Life. You may notice from the darkness outside that this might be a late one. Ah? Ah? I don't even know why I bother with you people. Anyway, today we're trying Ale 8. Its official title is Ale 81, and on the bottle it says A Late One. To get where I was getting at with that. We'll get into why it's called that in a minute, but I have to tell you, I always grew up calling it Ale 8. When I drove through Kentucky or rode through Kentucky, I didn't actually realize that the little one beside it was intentional. I don't know what I thought it was, maybe an exclamation point, but like I never knew that it was the official title was Ale 81. So there we have it. This is brewed outside of Winchester, Kentucky, which is a little bit east of Lexington to kind of give you a general idea of where the soda is located. It's pretty cool in the sense, too, that it's the only soda that was originally brewed in Kentucky that is still continuously brewed there today. And a fun fact that it's actually still within the original family that like started the business, more or less. So in 1902, George Wainscott sees a carbonated machine or carbonation machine, decides to make his own soda. Unlike several of the other soda folks that we've talked about, he decided right away that he needed to make his own thing and not buy syrup from, the Coca-Colas or the Pepsis of the world. He was going to make his own thing. So he makes his first soda, Roxa-Kola, which he named after his wife. And honestly, I should be so lucky. I wish my husband would name a soda after me. Anyway, so he names this soda, but after 20-something years, so we're looking at in the 1920s, things are getting a little stale in his stock, right? So he's looking for new flavors. He's looking to experiment. He's looking to find something exciting. So he goes to Europe and explores around there and discovers ginger beer. Now, we've discussed ginger beer a little bit with the Vernors, whereas we talked about how Vernors is a pre-prohibition ginger ale, which is really more akin to a ginger beer than traditional ginger ales today. But anyway, Wainscott discovers ginger beer, and brings the flavor back from Europe to, back to Kentucky, tinkers with it, adds some citrus, adds some special ingredients, and bam, this soda's created. But now, of course, the question becomes what to name it, right? So he does what any self-respecting Southerner would do. He takes his invention to the county fair and asks for opinions. And the winning result was somebody saying, call it a late one, which was 1920s slang for the greatest thing or the latest thing. So a late one, L8, Ale8. As you can see, as I was saying this phrase, I had a hard time not just calling it Ale 8. Anyway, so Wainscott eventually dies, and half the stock because he owns the company, you see, half the stock goes to his employees, the other half goes to his wife. Eventually, his wife dies too, and his wife's stock passes to her brother, and then from that line to the present day, it's owned by that family, so the Rogers family now. What's interesting, too, is that there is a unique blend of flavorings that they use to flavor this soda, sort of akin to the secret recipe for Coca-Cola or the the herbs and spices from KFC. What is it with Kentucky folks and their secret herbs and spices and their secret recipes? I digress. But anyway, so only two people on Earth know the exact mix, and it's the dude who currently runs the company and his father who retired. So I found that fascinating too. So with that, let's take a look at the bottle. So let's see if I can get that out of the light. Anyway, so as you can see, it says Ale 81. It really does look like Ale 8. And then you can see up here, and then you can see established 1926. That is when this soda was created. The company itself, again, was established in 1902. You can see up here, it says Ale 81. See, isn't that kind of cool? Other than that, it's a pretty classic bottle. They have across the top here, 1926. That's pretty neat. There's a whole synopsis of the history of Ale 8. And on the side, it has the bracing pop, ginger and citrus, made with sugar. when I see bracing in a soda, I always think to myself, this is gonna burn. And with ginger, it might. But with that, let's try it out. Look at that, right at the top. So first things first, strong ginger smell. When we try Canada Dry or Seagram's and things like that, it doesn't, you can smell the ginger, but it's not strong. This is strong and sweet. This actually smells a lot more like a Verner's than it does Canada Dry. And if I haven't inspired you by now to start sniffing your drinks, well, I guess that's never going to happen. With that, okay, so it kind of matches my sweater. Uh, anyway, it looks a little bit like a champagne. It really looks like a darker ginger ale. Again, closer to a Verner's. And honestly, this feels ominous to me because I don't like Verner's. Sorry, all you other Michiganders and things out there. It's just not for me. It is lighter than Verner's, but it's definitely darker than your Canada Dry. Uh, that being said, now that it's in the open glass, it smells a little less heavily ginger. I mean, you smell the ginger, but it was very concentrated in that small space, and now it's getting chances to breathe. It doesn't smell nearly as strongly. And with that, now I'm not saying this because I'm a Tennessean, and we have a deadly blood feud with Kentucky, but eh, it's not bad. Like, I say that a lot with a lot of these shows. It's not bad. Like, it's like the people who are watching this and I'm gonna hurt their feelings. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of the sodas that we have aren't showstoppers, right? But they're not terrible, right? They're not awful. Um, and this kind of falls into that. It's distinct. I guess I said that too for the Moxie. I don't mean it the same way I meant with the Moxie. Uh, the ginger part, like the ginger soda part, is fine. It does taste closer to Verner's than it does to than it does to Seagram's and Schweppes and stuff like that, which is interesting to me based on the time period. But if you realize that it's based off a ginger beer as opposed to a ginger ale, it makes more sense that they share more of a DNA. They're like cousins, if you will. That being said, you get a hint of something else underneath there. It's not just the ginger, because if it was just the ginger in the same manner as the Verner's, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed this at all. And this is fine. It tastes like ginger with, honestly, I want to say a little orange in it. It's a sweet citrusy fruit in there. It's not like lime or lemon or grapefruit. It's sweet, so it's got to be. My guess is orange, but I don't know that for sure. It's fine. It's a pleasurable soda to drink. It doesn't blow me away, but I see why people like it. And that's sometimes with some of the sodas we've had, I've wondered why somebody would hurt themselves that way. But but in this case, it's pleasant enough. I would pick it up again in a gas station. I'd probably not make it my first choice, but it's if I had a soda scale from 1 to 10, I'd give it a 6. There's just not a lot more to say about it. But I do think the history of it is really cool. And I think when you go to places like Kentucky, you should try the local fare. And I would say if you go to Kentucky, you should pick up a bottle just for the sake of having tried it. Next week, I got something kind of cool. So you may have remembered the videos, the Baja Family Blast videos and stuff like that. So for those who don't recall, there was four Mountain Dew Baja sodas that were released this summer. There was the standard Baja Blast, there was zero sugar Baja Blast, there was the Baja Gem, and the Baja Gold. The Gem was a mango and the Gold was a pineapple, and both of those were really good. But the thing is, during that summer, they were playing it up like, Gem and Gold and like it's treasure, right? And if you put in all these codes in from the cap, you got entered into a contest for Mountain Dew to win Baja Deep Dive, which was like a secret mystery soda that only certain people could get. Now, yours truly didn't win the soda, but the internet is a wonderful place. And so I have acquired a can. So it's a mystery flavor. It's dark. It's a dark can. I'm looking forward to trying it. And so next week we're going to try that out as a gift to me for, I guess, why not, right? It's Christmas, and I deserve a treat. So next week we're trying out the Baja Deep Dive. Until next time, drink weird.